Hello and welcome along. My name is Eddie and this is my vlog, and today is April the 29th. We are heading up to the main farm here in the little Fiat 110. We've got the care wheels on it, and we're going to be doing some fertilizer spreading. So I want to lower that down. Open up our cover on this. There we go. And head into here because we have a bag of fertilizer waiting for us around here somewhere. Where is my... Oh, I've left my telehandler down the other end. So yeah, we're gonna do some fertilizing today. We've got our field of wheat to fertilize. We might be able to do the oats. I'm gonna see if I can put a little bit on there, see if it makes any difference. Get this out though, and then we're gonna have to come back up here. A lot of what we do on this farm is with this telehandler and at this farm and feeding cows and sheep mainly. So yeah, today we need to go and feed. We certainly need to feed the cows. I think we need to feed the sheep a bit as well. We're once again getting a little bit low on supplies, but now that we've started cutting the grass, we're all good. I should give you an update. I remember at the end of my last vlog, I got into a position where we weren't able to tip out the grass into the silage bunker. For some reason, our trailer got jammed up. And I discovered what it was. The grass was too wet. So everything I was saying at the beginning of that, about, oh, it doesn't matter that the grass is too wet. Yeah, the trailer really didn't like how wet the grass was. It bunged up all the works at the back of it. Real pain to get it done. But on the plus side, we did get it done. Basically, I ended up leaving the stuff that we had in the field a little bit longer, letting it dry out a little bit, and then I was able to get everything else collected up and done, so it was all good. Now I think this will take 2 of these, so we'll give that a go. Oop. Yeah, there we are. So yeah, it should take 2 of these quite nicely. That's the first one, and let's get this. I sometimes like to walk around my equipment a bit. I've always got my camera with me. So, yeah, if you see me wandering around the equipment, it's normally because I want to take out and get a couple of pictures of my stuff and bits like that. You might even see a couple of them as thumbnails sometimes. But, yeah. So, yeah, I want to try and get a picture of me loading this up. Will be pretty good. But things are going well. We're moving along nicely. The equipment that isn't ours, all that grass equipment that we were talking about last time, that we're now in a position where we have to replace it all. That is getting picked up. I think it's tomorrow or the day after. I can't remember which. Anyway, it is going. They're coming to take it. So that's good. We'll then have the space down in the lower yard to put our new stuff, the replacement stuff that we've got. So, yeah, that is all good. There we are. That's a nice shot there, I think. But that is all loaded up. There should be another... Do we need any more? Oh, we do, actually. We could put more in. Don't know how much this cavern takes. I will leave it at that. This should be enough for us to go and do the work we've got to do today. So we'll dump these down here. I find these empty bags quite useful. We're able to, well, we can sell these bags back. So that's why we collect them up and we don't just throw them away. We can take these and we can get them sold and get them refilled. Is the other option. So yeah, there's lots of choice as to what we can do with those. We're gonna want to put this bit of kit down. I'm in two minds exactly about where to store all of our stuff for this telehandler. Of course, as I said before, we're looking at getting some work done with this shed, getting it so that it's set up to be a store of some kind. I'm currently entertaining bids from prospective builders and grain store builders. Yeah, grain store builders. To see what they can do for me. But yeah, this is... Oh, I haven't closed my cover up. So we'll see what sort of quotes we've got. We have got some money to invest in getting that done. It may be that this year's harvest, though, gets to... we have to tip that on the floor in there. We have got the space and the areas to do lots of different piles. It's just a bit of a pain when you come to load it up. We have to end up getting augers and floor augers and things like that to try and do it. Or we use the bucket on the telehandler, both of which are a bit time consuming and annoying. So especially when we've got a field as big as field 6 over here. Now I'm wondering if this actually, I don't know if this actually needs any. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a spread, see if it makes any difference. But I'm looking at it and it's not looking like it's going to. That looks pretty good to me. Right. Oh no, we are good. Look, that is having an effect. That's good. Let's go and get the headlands done on this field then, and we can make sure that this field is nice and fertilized. Now this is our biggest field on the farm, so getting this done today is going to be a real boon to us. We're about halfway around the field at this point, and you can see how huge this field is. It is just massive. It goes all the way up to the road here. We've got the space that we've got here actually has 3 fields. That it covers, which is just immense. Including we own the fields just the other side of the hedge here. That is a field that I haven't worked yet, and I need to get onto. We might see if we can spread some manure or something on that. But yeah, it is absolutely massive, this field, and it goes. And this is full of oats, so this is going to be our big cash crop for the year. Is the oats in here, and that should get a pretty good yield the way we've set them up on here as well, based on the previous crops. We're going to we're using a very similar rotation to the previous owners. The difference is that we are doing more arable than the previous owners did. So yeah, it's a rotation that should work well here. It does have 2 grain crops back to back. We do wheat one year and oats the next, I think it is. Or we do oats and then wheat. I can't quite remember which way around it is for that. But the advantage of that is that while we lose something in the grain crops, and it's about a 5% yield, I think it is, we end up increasing our yield from our carrots. We end up with a 20% increase in the carrot yield as a result the following year, and as a result, that makes it worth it. You know, that means that we actually get a really good carrot crop yield after 2 years, and it's and just makes up for that little bit of loss in the others, because the carrots do quite well. And sometimes you have in doing your crop rotations, you have that kind of balance to make. You need to lose a little bit somewhere to gain a little bit somewhere else. And yeah, so it's one of those things where we're being very careful and making sure that what we do on the farm is very balanced. That we are able to get the most out of the land, for the least amount of damage to it. Because farming is all about looking after the land and making sure. Well, my philosophy has always been that farming is all about looking after the land and making sure that you put as much back into it as you take out. Because if you don't do that, if you don't have that balance when you're farming, your yields just plummet. And if you look after your farm will look after you. You know, it really is that simple. And we farmers, we're custodians of this land. We're the ones who are are looking after it and making sure that it's there for future generations and continues to produce for future generations, as well as making as well as making our own livings off it. I'm getting all philosophical on you guys there. I don't know what it is. There's something about a nice bright spring day that sometimes bring this side of me out. But it's yeah. I think the sun is shining and it's brightening me up and it's making me all philosophical, and things are going better after the last few weeks of absolute chaos that we've had with this machinery stuff. It is nice to be back on the land and just doing some good work. I wasn't sure I was going to be doing Field 6 today. I wasn't sure if it had enough. Well, if it was ready to take some fertilizer, but having seen that it is, and having seen how much we've filled up with our fertilizer, I'm fairly sure that we're going to need to go and get a refill. We're about halfway through the field, I think. Let's have a look. How much have we got left? Oh, wow. Yeah, let's go fill this up. We'll take this back to the farm. Should be able to. We've got 2 more bags of fertilizer that we can put in this today. I don't know if we're going to have enough fertilizer to do the other field I wanted to do. But if not, that's okay. I can get some more in and get that done later. There we go. Bring this back round, though, and get this done. And get this refilled. First time I had one of these little Fiat Agri tractors was that 180 that we had on Scatterbrook Farm, and I have to say this one and that one have been really impressive. I've really liked them. They're good little tractors, and they work really well. They're nice and solid. They've got none of that computerized rubbish that you get on some modern tractors. I mean, our T7 is a lovely tractor that we've got on here, but it just so full of computer stuff. And I'm doing today's job without any GPS at all, and it is just nice. It's I'm having to keep a little bit closer eye on what I'm doing, and I'm having to concentrate that little bit harder. But it's not a bad thing. It's not a massive issue to do that. As I said, it's nice with the GPS. It means that I've got some very accurate planting and stuff going on. But I'm with that tractor there. But it's not, it's not the end of the world not having it, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. And it's interesting, our other tractor, our G910, of course, is pre-GPS as well, or certainly pre-GPS standard on tractors. So it's that too. I've doing the recent mowing and things. We weren't using GPS for that, but we were still all good. It was still, absolutely fine. So yeah, I've no issues at all with using. I'm a little bit old school like that, but it's just a nice tractor is what I'm trying to get at. That's about, there we go. It just works really, really well, that 110. And there's a lot less to go wrong with it. And I know that I can take it into my workshop and I can fully service it. Something I'm not so able to do with the T7 or any modern tractor for that matter. This, not so much. This New Holland is fairly simple. Not many bits on here that's you know, that whole different setup. We'll get both of these in here. We'll see how much we've got left at the end. We may get another field done today, or I may have to order some and more to do our other fields a little bit later. We have got to order some more anyway. I've still got several fields to do to fertilize. So yeah, there we go. We'll go put this back over here. Might as well put things away while we're at it. And then we're able to go and get that field finished off. Plus, I want to get the stuff done with the cows today. Cows do need work from us. Right, I'm going to leave that there. So we'll put this over this way. They're all good for bedding at the moment, but it's feed that we need to do with the cows later. So we'll get that done. We'll put that on. There we go. Turn her off. And close up our cover. Lift it up, and away we go. Perfect. We can go and get this field finished off, and all will be dandy and good. There's a fair amount of weeds cropping up in this field already. We've got lots of patches that are appearing. What I think I'm going to do is we're going to let this grow a little bit higher before we tackle them. That way we can tackle them when sort of they've all propped up a bit, and we're able to properly sort of get some herbicide on here. We need a little bit of growth from the crops first. I could go and get a weeder, but some of these weeds tend to grow really fast and really big. And as a result, we're just in a position where the weeder just won't get them. And the other disadvantage of using a weeder is the fact that it won't get the ones that are that haven't yet come out. So I want to try and get the weeds that are that haven't yet popped as well, but by that point we'll have too much growth in our crop as well, and probably too much growth in these existing weeds. We'd have to end up having to weed 3 or 4 times a year with the weeder, and we can't do that because the crop gets so high, and we'd end up herbiciding anyway. So yeah, it's one of those things where we're better off just hitting it midway through the summer. We'll hit it midway through the summer. That should kill off anything coming through before harvest, and just keep it all down. And then I fully expect that once we've had harvest and we come in here and do this field, we'll have that. What I do need to do, and I do need to go and find, is we have a lot of manure, and we're going to have a lot of manure after harvest this year. So I need to see if we can track down a muck spreader. It's something that didn't come with the farm. I think the previous farm did, based on the fact that we got a slurry spreader. I think they did a lot of slurry stuff. We're not looking to do that. I am considering seeing if the local BGA will take some of our manure. Because if we can do that, we can make some money, and they'll give us back some digestate as well as part of that deal. So that would then be good to spread on our fields. I'd like a little bit of that to spread on the grass fields to keep those going. Otherwise, I've got to, because I can't muck spread the grass fields because we need to plough the muck in really for it to be fully effective. So yeah. Oh. Come on, there we go. But yeah, so it's we need to find something for that, and then later in the year. Although actually we do have at least one stubble field left to plough in this year, so we could, or for this season, so we could go and do that. But as I said, we're running short on spring. We've got one more month, and to get our remaining crops in. That is going to be rather unusually for this part of the world. We're doing soybeans, but that's more to do with the late planting that we've got. We'll see how they do. It is a little bit of an experiment this year. If they don't do so well, then we'll look to replace with a different crop next year. Something that fits in the space in the rotation. But we're too late to get many other crops in. And we're not doing corn on here. Corn on here is it is not the right. Unless you're doing silage. Oh, we're finished. Good. Unless you're doing silage, corn is not a great crop to do in this part of the world. You end up being too wet at the point in harvest where you want to get it, which is, in all honesty, the thing that worries me about the soybeans. Soybeans are a pretty hardy crop at the end of the day. I've seen, yeah, I've seen them used effectively in other parts of the world. In slightly wetter and colder climates, but I am concerned about their effectiveness here. It's yeah. We'll see how they do. We'll see how it goes. For now, though, yeah, we've got our oats in, we've got our wheat in. I think it's we've got to get the carrots in soon. I think we've got our canola in as well. Yeah, so the carrots are the next things to go in, along with the soybeans, and that should be all good. Right, we finished this field. How much have we got left? That is the thing we need to check. Because if we can get another field done, that would be great. We've got a fair amount. I think what I'm going to do is we'll head back to the farm. We'll get the animals fed, and then I'll head out again later and see if I can get another field done. Because yeah, we need to do our wheat. Our wheat field is just the other side of the hedge there. That needs doing, and our canola field needs doing as well. So I've got other areas I need to do. I'm just not 100% sure if I've got enough of this to do it, and if I haven't, I need to go and make a phone call. So yeah, I'll sort that out later. For now, though, I'm going to park this here because we want to head into here and give some feed to our cows. Oh, let's go and open the cow shed door first, because I bet they've made a mess. Oh yeah, wow. They are some messy eaters, our cows. Always wise to clean that up first, which means that we've been a little bit premature in connecting up this. Let's drop that off. Drop down, yep. And there. We'll head over. Oh, don't know what happened there. Did we get stuck on the doorway? I didn't hear a bash. Right, let's grab this here. Go. Shovel on the front. And head over this way. To get this done. Yeah. Tip the shovel down. I think that's got it. Certainly feels like it's got it. Yeah. And we'll tip that back into the feed. Like so. Perfect. Back her out. Get it. Then we can drop this off and get it done. I need to actually go and compact the grass that we've got at the moment. That will help keep it a little bit longer until we're able to cover it along with the rest that we're going to be cutting. Now we're going to give them 2 bales each. We've got hay, we've got clover silage and regular grass silage. So basically the same stuff as we are always planning to feed them. We'll grab our hay bales first. And a little bit. And in. There we go. So they'll take 2 of these, 2 of the clover silage and 2 of the grass silage. That will top up the feed rather nicely. Keep our cows happy and healthy and producing milk, and they are still producing milk at a fantastic rate. We're doing a milk delivery on a very regular basis. Well, daily basis pretty much. Yeah, daily basis. And yeah, the cows are happy and healthy and getting along well. So it's working out. It's working out really, really well for us. The cattle setup on here, much better than we were having with trying to do the pigs on Scatterbrook. The regular income from the cows here is keeping things going nicely and keeping us growing. I mean, I'm constantly looking at the possibility of expanding the farm, and it's certainly after the first year. We've got plenty of money still left to invest in here. And after the first year, we probably will look to expand the farm. But it is a case of making sure that I can cover everything. So I need to make sure everything's upgraded and sorted so that we can actually support an increase in the size of the farm. Because if we can, and I'm still able to work it myself, then that will be great. Because that's the thing, we're so used to, on the previous farms, it just being me. And just me working here day in, day out, getting everything running. And keeping everything running smoothly. The most hectic time of the year, that is going to be the harvest. And the more fields we have, the more arable we have on the farm, the more hectic that is going to be. So that's the bit I've got to watch for. There we go. Lots of feed in for our cows. That will keep them happy. So close that door up. And we'll head back. Plonk this in here. And go and jump into our 110.90. Now, something I hadn't talked about earlier, or something I had to talk about earlier, sorry, that I hadn't said more about, is the silage that we did last time. So I had to leave. I should drive around and have a look. I had to leave the grass a little bit longer. You can see that's all the grass off that field. Doesn't look like that much. Had to leave it a little bit longer. Had to let it dry a little bit more because the wet grass just bunged up everything. And it's amazing how much grass we actually got off there. It looked like next to nothing when we were actually cutting it. We ended up getting 115,000 litres off that field. Absolutely amazingly. So yeah, I was really impressed with how well that field eventually ended up producing for us. Let's turn this, and yeah, we ended up with a really, really good amount of grass off there. We're gonna be cutting our other fields probably in the next couple of weeks. As I said at the time, I wanted to let it grow a little bit more, see how much more we could get off there, and we then need to actually start. We're going to need to do some fertilizing on those. and I don't quite know what I'm going to do. We might spray some liquid fertilizer on. I'd rather the feed we gave to our cows, we tried to keep it as organic as possible. But at the moment, I'm not sure how possible that's going to be. As I said, what I might try and do is see if I can contact the local BGA, see if we can sell some of our manure to them, see if we can get some digestate off them maybe, and put something a little bit more natural on the grass fields to help them grow. But it's yeah, it's really a case of we get what we can. We've got about 25% left in our spreader here. I think we should have enough for this field though. With that, we are on a much smaller field than field 6 in this one. It's going to take us a lot less time, but it is going to be a good field of wheat. This we're between the oats and the wheat, we're going to end up with a very nice amount of straw for our farm. And what I'm going to need to do actually is I think we're going to need to build a new hay barn. If we're going to be storing all, a whole load of crops and stuff in our main barn, we're not going to have a lot of space for storing straw in the way that we are now. So I think that's going to need a new hay barn. Possibly. Well, I'm looking down at the sheep farm. I think the sheep farm would be a good place to store stuff, other than the fact that we have to keep transporting bales back up here. I think we probably need a hay barn or a hay shelter down there as well as up here. So I'm sort of scouting areas around the yard and going, oh, will that work? Will that work? And seeing where we are. We've got complete coverage. We have. Good. There we go. Yeah. You can see we're not got a huge amount of field left. And I think we're all right for how much we've got in there. Doesn't have any windows at the back. I always have to get out and go and have a look. But my gut is telling me we should be all right to get this field finished. Now we just have the slightly awkwardly shaped bit at the end of the field. Always end up with bits like a patch in that corner there. And you end up putting a little bit of, yeah, double dosing some of it. In fact, yeah, we've got just that bottom little patch that we need to go and finish off. Still got plenty of fertilizer in the spreader though, so we're all good. Haven't got enough, I don't think, to go and do another field. So I'll have to order some, and hopefully that'll be here in a day or two, so we won't be delayed much by that, and we can go and get things finished off. But yeah, go out this gate at the bottom here. One of the nice things about this farm is the fact that there are multiple gates to the fields. This one takes us out onto the main road. I've got to watch it. Oh, I flung that back. Thankfully, it's got stuck on the ground at that point. That means we can just sneak out this corner of the field and actually, yeah, we want to take this back down. Nobody coming? Nobody coming. Good. We don't want to take this back up to the main farm. We want to come out this way because we are heading back down towards the sheep farm, where we can get rid of this, which will be good. Right. I'm going to park this up. There we go. There we are. Right, so that will do us, I think. Brilliant. I'm really pleased we've got 2 fields covered. I'm going to have to get some more fertilizer though, because at the moment we are a little bit short. But that's where I want to get done today. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.